What is up, everyone? I'm Skratch. Welcome to another Raid Shadow Legends video. We have the summon rush on for the fusion, guys. We are going to do some summons. We're going to quickly talk a bit more about the fusion champion and basically the new event, the coalition event. So I've uploaded too many videos yesterday. I was not able to do another one anyway and talk a bit about this situation right here. If we're talking about quests, okay, you're going to understand that if you want to complete and collect all of the milestone rewards, you will need the fusion champion, okay? Maybe there is a way to skip it, but there's so many quests related to the fusion that it makes it pretty hard to believe. The one thing that I am not aware of, I do not know how many times you can repeat these quests. Is it an unlimited time? If you can repeat these quests for an unlimited time, you don't have to do the fusion. And you can still complete all of the things right here. 20,000 points. We gotta reach 1 billion to get the freaking frame. It's gonna be pretty crazy to get to that freaking milestone. The rewards for the top 100 players. As you guys can see, they finally introduced the rank 4 basalts. They do exist. They're not just unicorns. If you remember the previous video that I made talking about some of these rewards and stuff, of course, is top 10. I don't know why we have a top 100 if only 10 of them actually get rewards out of millions of players. This is just such a bad system with this leaderboard. But hey, either way, we're going to find out exactly who are the top 100 sponsors for Raid Shadow Legends at the end of the coalition event, okay? Which I'm still very curious to see, to be honest with you guys. Overall, the event is not bad. It's just basically play the game, upgrade artifacts, kill demon spawns, ascend champions, upgrade ranks, earn superior oils, stuff like that. So I feel like the majority of the people will get a lot of points from these repeat quests. And I think because you're able to basically just get them done with an unlimited amount, you're going to be able to basically skip the fusion if you really want to, right? I don't think we have any information about how many times you can repeat these, but seeing how many points some of them have, I would assume they're repeating them non-freaking stop, okay? Now, going back to the fusion champion. I've made a guide on the champion, a showcase. I do not think he's OP. In any area. His best performance was in the Hydra, so that is the best area for him. It could be for faction wars as well. Other than that, he's just not an amazing champion for any content. He's not going to be great in the Chimera. Yes, he might do some damage in the clan boss, but hey, so many other damage dealers can do damage in the clan boss. Geomancer, in my opinion, will be much better than him in the clan boss. But as I've mentioned, in the Hydra, he actually had pretty decent damage with the A2. So the A2 is a good skill, deals good damage. The A1, pretty decent damage as well for a basic skill. Pretty good, actually. And the A3 was really underwhelming for an AoE attack, okay? Other than that, it's just basically a damage dealer that doesn't really bring any utility. Probably you guys noticed in the Discord, if you use an ally attack champion, a counter attack champion, and he lands weaken on all of the enemies, at the moment is a bug that allows him to gain that extra turn. Well, that will get fixed. That is not intended to work like that. So ally attacks should not give him extra turn when he lands all of the weaken. Same goes with counter attacks, okay? And the chance for him to land that weaken on everybody, especially if you have a wave of 5, is not very good. It's actually pretty low. Now, if you are going versus a boss, and he lands the weaken, yes, he can gain the extra turn and rotate a bit more often with his other skills, especially the A2. So, he is not a bad champion, is not the most OP nuker, okay? He's not a Thor, in my opinion, because Thor has way more utility and overall better damage. But if you need a force nuker, he's not a bad option to pick. I will do the fusion, because I want to get him. I think he looks pretty cool and stuff, but most likely he won't be doing much on my account. Maybe not even in faction wars, okay? But leaving all that on the side, let's actually move on to summons. So the summon rush, I don't know how I got it so right, but I was freaking spot on with it. I said the equivalent of 12 sacred shards to get epic champion. And there you go. 12 sacred shards and 100 points on top of it. So basically another void shard or 5 ancients or 100 green shards to get an epic champion. I'm gonna go to get an epic champion because I think I want to skip some other trash events like dungeon divers and other stuff that's irrelevant, or maybe enhancement events because I'm pretty low on silver. We do have 15x progressive chances at the moment, and I'm gonna go straight to the sacreds because that's what I'm going to open. Now from here we actually have some very good champions like Feral being the best out of all of them, Ugo, Fennex in terms of epics, Lady Kimi, Uko, and we have the new demon spawn. In my opinion, he sucks, okay? His damage was really bad, but I still need to do more testing, so wait for the video before we're gonna judge him fully because I've only done a bit of testing. But I will put him on my list because I already have the rest, the other champions, right? So hopefully, who knows, maybe we are going to bring him home. Now, in terms of voids, I would love a freaking payday. Hell yeah, all day long. I will probably open one void or so. I really want to get the mythical books, but I'm well aware that this summon rush, sorry to go back, this summon rush does not give us any materials for the relics. You know why? Because these are all part of the fusion. So for the moment, none of the fusion events are actually giving us materials for the relics. And I really do not think that they are planning to give us any materials through this, during the fusion, basically, okay? Like you see, the champion training tournament the same. And that's mainly because they know people will summon now and they will do the events because they want to get a fusion. But once that's done, that's when they're going to start bringing in the materials for the relics, okay? And I want to keep some summons to be prepared for that because last time we had 2 summon rushes where I had to basically burn like 6,000-7,000 mystery shards. So I don't want to go through that pain again. But let's bring in the new demon spawn. I can't remember when I got a legendary from Sacreds the last time. Most likely it has been a while since. We got a Tenasil. Pretty decentish epic, but there isn't much you can do with him. Maybe a bit in Faction Wars. Earth Sign, Ice Crusher. Again, I don't like the bears, none of them. For Faction Wars either, you know. Okay, we got Buff, the Rancid. You have the heal reduction on the A1. The decreased accuracy AoE. Increases the duration of buffs, which is good if you need a condition to manipulate the duration of buffs. Removes 2 random debuffs from all allies. Heals them and gives them increased accuracy. So, fairly decent support. Let's crack on it. We've opened 3, so I gotta make sure I'm not opening too many. So 4 now, I need 8 more basically. Armina, she can actually stun, manipulate the thermometer. Decent. 100% chance to land a stun on enemies who have their thermometer fully depleted. Now, the problem is that's very unlikely, especially in Faction Wars hard mode. You know why? Because they already start with very high speed. So either you bring in a different champion to manipulate their thermometer and then drop the stun, but honestly, I would not invest in her for the stuns. Like, she's just not reliable enough, especially when you have other champions that can do it. Pestilus, a good champion to buff you with increased accuracy, increased crit damage. Come on, man, can we get a freaking legendary? What the heck? Okay, we got a Soul Drinker, good for conditions on Faction Wars. I gotta say it, out of all of the conditions in Faction Wars, and I've seen we have one today in the Ogrin Tribes, killing enemies with bombs is without a doubt the hardest one of them. Because either you don't deal enough damage with the bombs and they don't die, and when we had to do it on the demon spawns, I think it took me like 20 freaking tries to do it. And I do have plenty of bomb champions from every single faction. It was just absolutely horrendous to do it. So Soul Drinker, he's probably going to go towards the empowerment if it's not max for me yet. I can't really remember. Another epic, my god, forget about it. Skratch is not getting legendaries. Rock Breaker, amazing for Faction Wars. AoE provoke with counterattack. Put him on a stun set. He's gonna counterattack and maybe land a stun as well, which is actually pretty nice. Let's go, let's go. What do we have in here? Finally a legendary, and oh my god. No. Tatura Rhymehide. Okay, let's forget about that. We got a legendary. I am using Tatura in the Curse series on one stage. That's it. No more, no less. One stage, and that is the double boss, the Fire Knight and the Frost Spider, okay? Not a bad champion. You have the decreased accuracy, you have the block debuffs, the increased defense, you have the perfect veil, the shield. Can actually do a bit of damage with this skill. And it has a chance to reflect 30% of the damage this champion receives back onto the attacker and a chance to land a freeze. It's just not very powerful legendary champion. I would not empower Tatura either, so this is going to be just like an extra copy chilling on the account for the moment. Who knows? Maybe one day we're going to be able to empower somebody else more important with Tatura. This was a Christmas fusion, I think, 2 or 3 years ago. Time is just flying. I really lost track of time with the fusions and all that. But hey, here we are. Let's crack on it. We haven't hit the 15x champion. It's super hard to hit the 15x, man. Like, it's almost like winning the freaking lottery. We got an Anax. I forgot with how many sacred shards I started. 13? Was it 13? Fodor the Bard. Probably for the empowerment. If he's not +4 yet. Very good for Curse series. Very good for Faction Wars. AoE defense down. Chance to stun. I am running mine in a stun set. I'm quickly going to check because I forgot how many sacred shards I had at the beginning, actually. Can't remember if it was 13 or 15. Okay, so we need one more. One more and we are there. Yeah, so it was 13, okay. Come on, man. Give me one freaking legendary. Another one. Okay, forget about it. No 15x. I really wanted to get a 15x because he looks badass design-wise, but I guess it's not going to happen. Not today. Maybe we're going to get a payday from a Void Shard. The game decides to be generous with me today, and no. No, it doesn't. Either way, that was everything for my Summon Rush. We managed to get a legendary. I guess better than nothing, right? Not the worst legendary in the game, so that's definitely a good thing. Let's collect the rewards. So we got a legendary skill. I wish we would have had a mythical skill tome in here, but I'm not planning to go ham for the rest. Like, I still need around 8 sacred shards to get the 2 mythical skill tomes. It would be nice, but I do not have 8 sacred shards. Maybe the clan boss actually will be generous with us and give us like 3 sacred shards now. If the clan boss gives me 3 sacred shards, I'm gonna actually buy the monthly pack and I'm gonna go for the mythical books. If the clan boss doesn't give me 3 sacred shards, I'm not gonna do it. So it's up to you, game. Do you want to get some money from me today or you don't? Right? That's how you gotta play it with the game. Let's see. So we got a Void Shard. Now it has the chance to give us 3 sacred shards. Okay, no sacred shard. No sacred shard. So the game doesn't get any money from me. Pretty straightforward. Pretty easy. Pretty easy to decide with this, right? No sacred shard. No money. Easy. Easy peasy. We did get 3 void shards, which I guess they will be useful at some point. That was everything for the video, guys. Appreciate all of you guys watching. This will allow me to skip some events for the fusion. I'm most likely planning to skip one of the dungeon divers because you only have a dragon tournament together with that. So I'm really not a big fan of that idea. And yeah, I know we can farm the event dungeon, but I'm planning to keep that for when we have tournaments for it and we have materials for the relics in there, right? I will be dropping some guides on the event dungeon this weekend, guys. There are some teams that work, but they're pretty gear intensive as expected. And I'll do it on lower stages as well, basically, so you guys have a few options. I would not prioritize farming the event dungeon now. We still have plenty of time for this. Unless you're a Kraken, you shouldn't be bothering with it just yet. Much love. Appreciate all of you guys watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.